From Databricks particularly, I think we see a few trends. One is really around data, geospatial data as data versus just map analytics. And so we find that customers want both. Now Databricks focuses on the data side, that's why we need partners like CARTO on the map side and all the integrations that are UI based. But I would say that's a huge area, is just geospatial as data. Another would be geospatial meets non-spatial, so geospatial data as context to non-spatial. Our customers, of course, are we're not just we're a wide platform, a wide set of capabilities, and so a lot of times customers are trying to put non-spatial in context. And I would say finally, the trend towards movement away from, say, legacy formats towards cloud-ready formats, and that's why we're excited with all the initiatives in the community around geospatial types for geometry and geography that have been coming along this year. Yeah, there's maybe two sides. One is more of a simplification, a lower barrier for, say, code-based operations. So we definitely see where code, natural language as the ability to write queries, to trigger different analysis. Of course, the end system has to know the semantics of that, to know what the customer's semantic model is of their data, and to know what services or capabilities that maps to. So, so there's a simplification side for AI, for query, for code generation. Specifically, we find that there's a huge demand. This probably goes to the other side versus simplification is more, since you can do it more simply, there's more need to do more. And so bigger data, more analytics, more interactivity, more app development, frankly. And so those who are the developer side need more tools to be able to build the code that's going to power the analytics and operations and the app side of what goes into that. Yeah, I mean, I think we see it as this massive wave that's come on. We see maybe first thing we see at Databricks is the need to protect your data. And so there's maybe some trepidation of leaking sensitive internal data or customer data out by sort of engaging these kind of great, powerful frontier models that are out there. So how do you sort of protect your information and make sure your governance is tight? And then I think we see maybe some confusion or need for best practices and good frameworks and frankly just smooth capabilities that are starting to come online to just make it accessible. So once you feel comfortable, how do you now put it into production and sort of get the value out of the investment? Yes, I bump into a lot because I'm product specialist and see a lot of different things. But one, it is a little more of a cross-cutting sort of category of use case. Hyper-local business intelligence and market segmentation. The reason for that is at Databricks, like I said earlier, we have a lot of customers who have a lot of different data sources. They're not just using us for geospatial, though they very well may be, but they're using us for all kinds of things. And so the type of data that they need to sort of engage might be address data, it might be POI data, it might be demographic or socioeconomic data, it might be lifestyle or behavioral data for customers. And so you end up with a lot of different sort of aspects of data. And the power of what we're seeing, where we're talking about AI, but we're also talking about just modern sort of trends, is we're seeing the ability for, because things are getting easier, customers are able to bring more data together, more faster than ever before and more economically than ever before. So the efficiencies of scale are kicking in. And so there is more ability for customers to put that data together and then be able to do things, for example, bring a lot of data together for a very localized market. Now that could be an insurance sort of assessment, it could be banking, where you're looking at, where do you open a new branch or where do you provide new services, financial services. It could be logistics or delivery services. It could be real estate, where do you want to build. Retail, of course, for site selection. So there's just a range of what you can do now that has a lot of data behind it, and it goes after a very pinpointed market, even down to an individual consumer or customer behavior to understand what would affect them in a positive way the most. Yeah, I mean, CARTO's been a great partner of ours for years now, and I've been there the whole time working with CARTO, so I've definitely had a front row seat. With Databricks, we're really excited about our new spatial types and expressions that we offer. We have over 80 spatial temporal functions now in the product, and that's only going to get better and better through time. But CARTO's been working with us directly on integrating with those new types and new expressions. They play into that larger community stuff that we just talked about. That capability is going to be really powerful for our customers who need a great interface, a great set of augmenting and extending capabilities that are geospatial specific. For example, customers really like the workflows capability on CARTO for Databricks, because really when you come into Databricks, you don't get any spatial components. You get more of like, maybe you're using some of our large language models to help you, but at the end of the day, you probably are faced with more code writing than a lot of users are used to doing. And so CARTO really has a low-code, no-code interface and then writes these powerful workflows. Also, the builder capability is really strong. We're super excited about the Agentic AI capabilities that are just coming out with CARTO. And so those can be powered by Databricks. We actually have all the frontier models, the biggies. So, we have Anthropic, we have OpenAI, and of course we have Gemini as well. The OpenAI announcement was just made. And so the ability to kind of get that governance matched with these powerful capabilities is super exciting.